A day before Pongal, Jallikattu rose snowballs. The DMK takes to the streets. Several citizen activists protest, demand a go-ahead for the bull taming sport. No respite for Delhi. Sanitation workers continue to strike. Cooperation's efforts to end the logjam turns futile. And after Bangalore, no Geta concert for Mumbai and Greater Noida. Reports indicate the police has denied the organizers permission in both cities. And the shocking murder of RTI activist Bhupendra Veera, the Mumbai crime branch has filed a charge sheet against former Congress corporator Raza Khan and his son Amjad Khan in connection with the murder. This is Urban Debate 360. I'm Faye D'Souza, going straight to our top story in Delhi. Garbage woes of the national capital refused to end. A concerted effort by the three municipal corporations to broker peace with the striking unions hit a wall on Friday. Union leaders refused to back off and said they will strike work until civic bodies clear their pending arrears. Remember, the strike is about salaries that haven't been paid for the last 2 months. In the meantime, garbage piles up on the streets of Delhi. Deepa Rana brings us the latest.
सर, आप लोगों का मीटिंग भी हो गया अभी अथॉरिटी के साथ। अथॉरिटी ने आपको बताया भी है सैलरीज और एरियर्स के बारे में, फिर भी आप लोग स्ट्राइक कॉल ऑफ क्यों नहीं कर रहे?
सबसे पहली बात तो जो हमारी 2 सैलरी देने का इन्होंने काम करा, बड़ा अच्छा करा। और अभी तक हमारा बकाया भुगतान बहुत भुगतान है और इस सैलरी से हम संतुष्ट नहीं है। हमारा बहुत पैसा इतना पड़ा है इनके पास कि जो हम अगर ले लें तो कभी बेटियों की शादी कर लेंगे, भाइयों की शादी कर लेंगे, बीमारियों का इलाज कर लेंगे, अपने घर मकान का मरम्मत कर लेंगे। सब झूठ बोलते हैं। ये सैलरी तो हमारी धरोहर है जो हमें मिलनी थी।
लेकिन आप लोगों की वजह से जो दिल्ली के लोग परेशान हो रहे हैं, सब जगह पे कूड़ा कचरा फेंका जा रहा है। 1 हफ्ता आप लोगों को डिमांड करते हुए हो गया। हावेवर, आप लोगों की मीटिंग में ये भी डिसाइड हुआ था कि दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट को पैसा देना है, ईडीएमसी को 580 करोड़ देना है।
जी हाँ, 580 करोड़ रुपए देना है। उससे काफ़ी हमारा जो लाभांश रुके हुए हैं, लाभांश भी नहीं है। मैं आपको बताऊँ, ये हमारे लाभांश नहीं है। 2003 और 4 से माने गए हैं ना, वो हमारे करे हुए काम करे हुए का तनख्वाहों का वो एरियर है, ये वो नहीं है। और जो हम दिल्ली की जनता से क्षमा चाहेंगे क्योंकि हमारे पास कोई और रास्ता नहीं है इसके अलावा कि हम, क्योंकि देखो अगर हम तोड़फोड़ करेंगे तो हमारी ही संपत्ति को नुकसान होगा, वो फीस ठीक नहीं होगा। क्योंकि हम भी इस देश के नागरिक हैं, हम भी इस क्षेत्रवासी हैं, तो हम अपने को किसी को नुकसान ना करके सिर्फ कूड़ा फैला देते हैं ताकि भाई हम अपना रोष व्यक्त करें। अब नहीं तो कभी नहीं, क्योंकि अब हम कल से भूख हड़ताल पे बैठे हैं और जब तक हमारी ये मांग डिमांडें पूरी नहीं होंगी तब तक ये भूख हड़ताल यूं ही जारी रहेगी और किसी भी हद तक जाएंगे, लेकिन इस बार अपने ये सब लाभांश लेके रहेंगे।
नहीं, छठी स्ट्राइक है और हर बार हमें आश्वासन दिया जाता है कि भाई 1 महीने बाद 2 महीने बाद आपको दे दिया जाएगा पैसा जो आपका बकाया हुआ एरियर है। मेडिकल कैशलेस कार्ड है। हमारे कर्मचारी बीमारी से मर जाते हैं और उनके लिए इलाज के लिए पैसा नहीं होता। जो हम पैसा लगाते हैं अपनी जेब से, वो भी पैसा हमको वापस नहीं दिया जाता, वो भी डिमांड में रहता है। उसे भी कम से कम ऐसे कितने बिल पड़े होंगे जो 3-3 साल से मेडिकल कैशलेस के जो बिल पड़े हमारे, आज तक हमें नहीं मिल पाए।
So the sanitation workers, at least 300 sanitation workers under the Swachhta Karamchari Abhiyan have continued their strike even for one week has passed, and they are saying that apart from their salaries, their arrears are not being paid. A section of them have also sat on an indefinite hunger strike till the time their demands have been met. We also spoke to the authorities who tell us that it is the budget time and the EDMC is going through a budget deficit. The Delhi government owes them 582 crores, which is the fund which has not been released to them, and that is why they are unable to pay the arrears.
Well, there seems to be much more to the Bangalore New Year molestation incident than what meets the eye. Magic Bricks now learns that just before New Year's, a large number of experienced Bangalore police officers were transferred out of the MG Road police station. Retired police officers alleged that the new officers who took charge did not know the ground realities of Bangalore and were not familiar with the city. And they allege this left the police unprepared to deal with the crowds on New Year's Eve. Shrija caught up with retired ACP Bangalore Tiger Ashok Kumar. Listen in.
The present situation, the MG Road and Brigade Road, I have worked there as sub-inspector, inspector and assistant commissioner of police of that area. I know in and out. This year, it has failed in many aspects. First thing, I feel the transfer has affected the main thing, because the top cop, that is the commissioner, additional commissioner and the DCP of that area were transferred on the same evening of 31st. To some extent, this has affected. The control over the policemen was little loosened, what I feel.
Big point about New Year's Eve at MG Road, there are 2-3 issues. One is, till now, the police have not been able to come across any hard evidence of molestation or any complainant who has gone to the police and given a complaint so far. So we do not know exactly what happened over there. But yes, I think the two issues there. One was there's a huge crowd, I think running into tens of thousands of people. So there is always a delicate situation, especially in times when after 12:30, New Year's Eve, people are enjoying themselves. Some of them will be drinking, some of them will be drunk too much also in that excitement. So it is a difficult thing for the police to control. And when things do go out of hand, police tends to be a little bit more sensitive, because if something goes wrong, then you'll say the police has been very harsh, they've beaten them up, and it takes a different story then. So I think they're trying to strike a fine balance of allowing these people to enjoy themselves, but at the same time seeing nothing untoward happens. So I think the deadline was there. I think the time has come, I think, for on MG Road, having such thousands and thousands of people, I think there needs to be some regulation now, because it's difficult to manage these crowds, and a small incident can cause panic, can cause people to push, pull, and the thing can go out of hand. So I think should we allow these kind of huge gatherings on New Year's Eve night in places like this? That is something which the police have to take a call on, I think, now, because it is a sensitive issue. So I think that's what must have happened. The police wanted to disperse the crowds, and they wanted to close it down. There was a mild lathi kind of a charge, so there's a bit of scattering. Some of them may have been pushed and pulled in that, So that is one thing. The other thing is the Indian male psychology also is there. That also affects. They'll try to take an advantage of a situation.
The police seem to only be there as if monitoring the crowd, but not necessarily taking any kind of a precautionary action, because they could have taken a couple of the perpetrators into preventive custody, which did not happen, even though there were girls and women who went and complained verbally to the policemen and women who were standing there. Other than giving some kind of a support, come and stand behind me or I will look after you, there was nothing told to stop this. No warning was given. And I think there is this necessity on the part of the police, not only to be professional, but proactive.
Moving on to a case that we've been keeping a very close eye on this channel, the Mumbai police has finally filed a charge sheet in the case of the RTI activist Bhupendra Veera's murder. Former Congress corporator Raza Khan and his son Amjad Khan were arrested in connection to the case. The charge sheet clearly mentions that the murders were planned in the former corporator's house. On the 15th of October last year, Bhupendra Veera was shot dead point blank in the forehead while he was in his home watching television. Richa Sharma gets us details.
The police has filed a 700-page charge sheet against the two offenders in the Bhupendra Veera murder case of 2016 and also pins the motives of the revenge. The IPC sections applied in this 2016 case are 302 for murder, 120B for criminal conspiracy, 34 for common intention, as well as Arms Act have been applied in this case. The Vakola police had arrested the former corporator Raza Khan and his son Amjad Khan for the murder of anti-encroachment activist Bhupendra Veera at his Kalina home last year. Both the father and son are currently lodged at the Arthur Road jail and the police have filed this charge sheet against them, and a total of 93 witnesses have been collected. And also the major witness that and the major form of evidence that they have gathered in this case is the CCTV footage of a pathology lab near Veera's residence of Amjad entering and going from the house on the day of the murder. The crime branch has also annexed the copies of Veera's civil lawsuit and notices that were against the father and son, two of the offenders in this case. The cops have also seized a 7.65 mm pistol and Amjad's car allegedly used during this crime. And right now the family of the deceased are extremely relieved and happy that the charge sheet has been filed, but now they want the highest of the punishment against the two offenders, the father and son duo, in this whole case. This is Richa Sharma for Magic Bricks Now. अच्छा, सबसे पहले हमें बताइए जो आपके फादर इन लॉ के डिसीज्ड फादर इन लॉ का जो मर्डर केस है उस पे लेटेस्ट डेवलपमेंट क्या है, अभी तक क्या क्या हो चुका है ये बताइए।
मैडम अब तक तो कल ही चार्जशीट फाइल हुई है और सबसे बड़ी खुशी की बात हमारे लिए ये है कि इन दोनों को अब तक बेल नहीं मिली है और चार्जशीट फाइल होने के बाद बेल मिलेगी भी नहीं। अब तक 93 एविडेंस या फिर प्रूफ हम बोल सकते हैं, वो सारे सीसीटीवी फुटेज ये वो यानी बहुत सारे प्रूफ्स क्राइम ब्रांच के पास है और टोटल कुछ 600 पेजेस की कुछ तो चार्जशीट फाइल हुई है।
और आपके जो फादर इन लॉ थे वो एक एक्टिविस्ट थे, उन्होंने काफ़ी अंतिम सांस तक वो लड़े हैं
यस
इन कॉर्पोरेटर्स और
यस
आरोपी, उस बारे में कुछ बताइए।
हम लोगों की वैसे कोई ज़ाती दुश्मनी नहीं थी रज़ाक खान के साथ। उसने यहाँ पे जो इलीगल कंस्ट्रक्शन जमा के रखा हुआ था, बेसिकली ये सब हमारी फैक्ट्री जब उसने हथियाई उसके बाद से मेरे फादर इन लॉ को पता चला कि ये पर्सन ही रॉन्ग है और इसने बहुत कुछ इलीगल यहाँ पे करके रखा हुआ है, तो उसी के लिए वो लड़ रहे थे। बाकी कोई ज़ाती दुश्मनी नहीं थी हमारी उस इंसान के साथ।
अच्छा, तो कभी उन्होंने उनसे बात करने की कोशिश की और कुछ उन्होंने ऑफर, ये भी आपने खुद ने बताया था हमारे चैनल को कि उन्होंने पैसे भी ऑफर किए थे आपके फादर इन लॉ को?
यस किए थे,
रिजेक्ट कर दिया।
हाँ यस।
और उन्होंने कभी बात करने की कोशिश की वर्बली उनसे इस बारे में?
बहुत बार इसको भेजो उसको भेजो, लेकिन स्ट्रेट अवे मेरे फादर इन लॉ बोलते थे कि आपको अगर मेरे सामने आना है तो कोर्ट में आइए, कानून के सामने आइए, दैट्स इट।
तो आखिर में आप ये बताइए, आगे जाते हुए इस केस में आप क्या चाहते हैं अपने डिसीज्ड फादर इन लॉ के लिए, इस पूरे केस में अगर बात करें तो, और अगेंस्ट द अक्यूज्ड?
दोनों को फांसी होनी चाहिए। जैसे मेरे फादर इन लॉ की डेथ हुई है वैसे ही उन दोनों की भी मौत होनी चाहिए। यही हम लोगों के लिए जस्टिस होगा और कुछ नहीं।
चार्जशीट के अंदर 92 एविडेंस हमें मिले हैं। तो दोनों प्राइम एविडेंस जो है वो यहाँ पे एक लोकल बच्चा है और एक आदमी है जो मर्डर हुआ था ऑन द स्पॉट जब भी उसको देखा गया था अमजद को। और दूसरा जो आफ्टर सीसीटीवी कैमरा गोइंग आउट फ्रॉम दिस हाउस टू द मेन रोड, तो वहाँ पे एक फिजियोलॉजी का लैब है। लैब के अंदर वाइल ही वॉज गोइंग अलॉन्ग विद द गन ही हैज़ बीन सीन, वो सीसीटीवी कैमरा में आ गया। जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन हुआ है उससे मैं बहुत हैप्पी हूँ। भी चाहते हैं कि ये फास्ट से फास्ट जल्द से केस चालू होने को, तो अभी मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि 6 से 8 महीना चला जाएगा, फिर ये केस बोर्ड पे आएगा। तो आई विल रिक्वेस्ट कोर्ट टू स्टार्ट इन फास्ट ट्रैक केस।
We will continue to track that case until the RTI activist is given justice. Mumbai, on the other hand, is no longer safe for women. According to a report culled from data on the Mumbai police website, crimes against women have recorded a sharp increase in 2016. Swesha Sawant has details.
The crime against women saw an increase in 2016 in comparison to 2015. Although the number of rape cases were over 700, which was more or less the same in both the years, but the number of cases, kidnapping cases of women, both minor and above, had increased from 944 in 2015 to 1172 in 2016. And even the number of murder cases had increased from 27 in 2015 to 40 in 2016. This is Swesha Sound for Magic Bricks Now.
Women used to go to police station to register their crimes. They won't get registered because police were very insensitive about that. They used to register a non-cognizable offence, or they even refused to register. Even rape cases used to get refused 2-3 years back. Now after the Nirbhaya case and all other cases, this police have been very sensitive about all women-related crimes. So that is why there are almost all the complaints are getting converted into an FIR, and that is the main reason why the crimes against women have been registered a lot of a lot better than it used to be in past.
Well, Mumbai's West Ward is one of the most well-connected wards in the city. However, the strong public transport system has resulted in narrow roads in most localities, giving rise to traffic jams. In our special city, Mumbai report, Richa Sharma brings a ground report on M West Ward.
Chembur. This is the one place in Mumbai that has seen maximum infrastructure being built in the last 5 years. The monorail, the Eastern Freeway, the Santa Cruz Chembur Link Road and the nearby metro have all made it probably the most well-connected locality in the city. But this development has come at a cost. Ask the residents of the M West Ward. Already plagued by narrow roads and scarcity of parking, people living in Tilak Nagar, Chheda Nagar in Chembur West and Subhash Nagar in the east say that traffic from these arterial roads has aggravated the problem of congestion here.
यहाँ पर जो भी रोड है, जो चेंबूर स्टेशन के ईस्ट में रोड है, चेंबूर स्टेशन के वेस्ट में रोड है, जो भी दोनों रोड में इतना बड़ा ट्रैफिक है, यहाँ पर पब्लिक को चलना डबल ट्रिपल ट्रैफिक होता है।
नो पार्किंग जोन है, फिर भी यहाँ सब जो होटल्स वाले के और कई यहाँ जगह पर कई और लोग पार्किंग कर देते हैं। यहाँ बीएसटी के लिए आने वाली भी बस जाने वाली बस जब दोनों एक साथ आ जाते हैं तो यहाँ बहुत ट्रैफिक जाम हो जाता है।
Traffic as in because you can see all our lanes here, and due to a lot of redevelopment in this area, people here have 1 or 2 vehicles or probably 3 vehicles, and they just park on the road, so it becomes a one-way traffic at times, so that is a major issue.
The people here and the local residents here say that every day they have to face the problem of traffic because of this illegal parking that takes place on this road and throughout this area and ward. Another issue specific to this area is the hawker problem. The pavements on both sides of the Chembur railway station road are occupied by hawkers throughout the day, giving motorists and pedestrians a difficult time. In the evening, more hawkers add to the chaos and the existing inconvenience.
In evening hours, that is peak hours, people can't walk on footpath and traffic is jammed like anything because of the hawkers. They are occupying whole of footpath.
People have no way to walk. Footpaths are already covered by vendors.
What has happened is that earlier, after we had removed the hawkers, they have approached the court of law in one civil application and one criminal application, and the court has given them permission to hawk on the main station road as well as 5 कनेक्टिंग रोड्स।
नहीं तो कुछ समस्या कुछ नहीं, जो आगे लगाते हैं उनकी प्रॉब्लम, पीछे जो बैठे हैं ना वो कोर्ट के जरिए बैठे, बॉम्बे हाई कोर्ट के आदेश के, मैं सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने आज ऑर्डर दिया था और राज्यसभा और लोकसभा ने भी पास किया है, फेरी वालों को बैठने का मान्यता दी है कि धंधा करें अपना।
The local residents here complain that for years they have been facing this problem of hawker who are situated on both the sides of the roads and the pavements and the footpaths that are meant for pedestrians to walk on. They have also stated that they have tried to complain about this to the local authorities and the BMC, but not much has been done to solve this major problem in the M West Ward. Residents of the M West Ward also live in close proximity to the Deonar dump yard, which continues to spew pollutants in the air.
Then we have pollution due to the industry here at Mahul side, BPCL, HPCL, RCF, Tata Power, and then those illegal godowns are there, which are actually a big hazard. Health as well as danger, disaster-prone areas.
Although the authorities say they have initiated measures to curb pollution, it will be another 5 years before the results become discernible. The residents here have put forward their complaints year and again in front of the officials and BMC, but not much has been done according to them. Now we will have to wait and see if in the coming BMC election, the problems of the local residents here get solved or not. This is Richa Sharma for Magic Bricks Now.
Well, the Supreme Court's ban on the traditional Tamil Nadu sport Jallikattu has heated up politics down south. After being vocal against the ban, the DMK on Friday launched a statewide protest. In Chennai, the DMK leaders including Stalin and Kanimori protested in front of the collector's office. Stalin went on to target the centre and the AIDMK government for the ban on the bull taming sport. Here's a special report.
Sentiments are running high, no doubt, because the college students have started protesting in their respective colleges. We have been seeing protests happening for a week now, where people are using social media to gather people for a common cause, that is for Jallikattu.
The DMK has announced a statewide agitation on all the district headquarters tomorrow. It's a protest against the central government and the state government, which is actually not taken into consideration the wishes of the people.
It's not one man's issue, or this is not a political issue. This is a state issue. All Tamil Nadu people want Jallikattu to be back.
You have to wait for it. Now they say, no, Jallikattu is coming on 14th. So what? You have it next year. What is this is a permanent festival. If the Supreme Court grants it, if the Supreme Court does not agree, then we can bring an ordinance. But you have to wait for it.
This is a sports celebrated during every Pongal holidays. It's linked with the peasants' life and their culture.
Jallikattu events, bulls are poked with sticks, they're jabbed with knives, they're made to drink alcohol, their eyes are rubbed with tobacco and chili pepper. So looking at all this evidence in 2014, the Honorable Supreme Court of India, the learned judges banned this particular game.
Should Jallikattu be allowed? Is there a risk of defiance of that Supreme Court order, as people might go ahead and celebrate it anyway? Animal rights activists say that the Supreme Court order is final. The state government, they're saying that the central government needs to step in with an ordinance. The central government asking the state government to hold its horses and to wait. An entire state saying that this is part of our tradition. It's been going on for ages. There's been a lot of writing about the fact that no animals are actually really harmed in this festival. What are your arguments to keep Jallikattu banned through this Pongal, at least for this weekend?
This is cruelty, it is not culture. We're talking about a cruelty which the highest court of our country has been deemed illegal, has said that it is against the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act 1960. And what is so cultural about a mob of grown men pouncing on bulls, terrifying them to the point that they run, they slip, they fall, they often break their bones, sometimes they die.
When you can have Bakrid, when you can have horse racing in Lutyens, Delhi, when you can have elephants parading for circuses, nobody has a problem. When a bull has to run for 50 meters, it becomes a huge problem. What about slaughtering of cows? Don't you feel pain when cows are being slaughtered? But cow slaughtering is communal, but banning Jallikattu is secular and liberal.
Yes,
this is the kind of false narrative these people have taken, and these things will not be tolerated. We will go to any extent to fight our cause.
The Tamil tradition goes way long back to Sangam culture. It's 5,000 old culture. See, I am not harping upon culture alone. It is the sport. Jallikattu is a sport. It is not cruelty to animals. For the past 50 years, of course, 15 years the case was in the Honorable Supreme Court. The Honorable Supreme Court has always reflected the sentiments and the emotions of the people of any state for that instance. And there are so many sports like this played in each and every state.
The horse races have been regulated to such an extent that only 8 whips are allowed, if I'm not wrong. 8 whips are allowed for a horse to finish the race before a horse finishes its race. And that is done in a very controlled environment. Thousands of people are not thronging to bring the horse down or injuring themselves or the horse in the process. However, we will not go to the extent of saying that horse races are humane practices and must be carried on. These are just that is just something that has been regulated.
You are exposing your double standards.
The Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act has 2 facets. A, you protect the animal. B, you also permit culling. Section 11 does provide for it. Culling is not happiness to the animals, it is also cruelty. But you've got to maintain a balance between natural requirements of the animals as also what social and cultural ethoses take place in society. The aspect of playing with bulls has been a tradition in many countries. America has the rodeo. The eastern countries of Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, they have their bull festivals where they play with water with the bulls. This particular event in Tamil Nadu, which is also widespread in certain other parts of South India, is an event which is a matter of challenge for the village folks. It gives the poor farmer an opportunity to produce a bull which does give him a little bit of income. It's a tradition, it's a convention, it's a way of life.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at magicbricksnow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.